I'm here with David Parry. We're looking at the new RF 60mm lens and also the 100 to 400mm lens that's just been introduced. Now, this is an ultra-wide angle lens and it's surprisingly small.
Yeah, it really is. If I put my finger over the 16 there, you could actually mistake it for the 50mm. I think, as far as I can tell, the chassis is exactly the same, which is lovely because if you've got a 50mm and a space in your bag for it, if you take that one out, you can like interchange where they sit. But yeah, it's a 16mm lens, f2.8, so it's not f1.8 like the 50mm, and yeah, 16. So this is a very wide angle lens. I mean, really, we sort of aim this, I suppose, towards a sort of vlogging community. If you're holding the camera at arm's length, 16mm gives you a nice, comfortable perspective, but you're not trying to stretch yourself to get yourself in the shot. Can be used for lots of other photography as well. Can be used for landscape, street photography, interiors, and things like that as well. Now, what I really like, because it's 16mm and it is so wide, now if you've got an R5, R6 or an R3, you've got in-body IS, which turns into an image stabilized lens. If you use an R or an RP, they don't have in-body IS, but because this lens is 16mm, if you turn on the digital IS, which crops the image slightly, you've still got a lovely super wide lens that you can use at arm's length. So it's great that they've managed to make it this sort of size and give you that sort of coverage. Nice and simple to use. You've got the little switch here, and then you've got the control ring, which you can do control or focus with that there. But yeah, it's really small, as you say, really small and portable. And I think a great addition to sit next to like the 35 or the 50mm or the 85 that we've got. So, yeah.
So how much does it cost and when is it available?
Well, the recommended retail price for this one is $319.99, and hopefully it should be with us sort of mid to end of October.
You've got another lens as well. It's a 100 to 400mm lens.
Yes. What I love about this 100 to 400 has got to be its size. I mean, it's a 100 to 400mm lens here. Very small, very lightweight, very portable.
And what's the aperture on that lens?
So it's f5.6-f8. Now, interestingly, a few years ago, if I'd said it's f8, lots of people would have gone, what, you can't do that, f8. Now, that's not going to work with the autofocus systems. But what's lovely about RF technology and mirrorless technology is 5.6 isn't the barrier that it used to be back in with normal mirrored cameras. So it's great to have that ability to be able to use different apertures, and if you have got f8, which effectively is only one stop less than 5.6, you have the ability to make smaller, lighter lenses. And I think the weight reduction in that is worth losing effectively just one stop. And the ISO capabilities of the new cameras these days, you can shoot at f1600, f3200 pretty much all day long. So to lose just that one stop, I think it's fantastic to have a 400mm that's effectively that size. This has a 5.5 stop image stabilizer in it as well, which is an optical IS. If you use it with a body with in-body IS, you get up to 6 stops of image stabilization. So you never get a massive increase in in-body IS when you're talking about longer focal lengths. It has the 3 control rings as well, so you've got the zoom ring there, you've got the focus and the control ring there as well. The control ring, I quite often find I set it up on exposure compensation. It's a lovely place to have it, just to make those little adjustments. So yeah, this is the 100 to 400.
And is this available now, and how much does it cost?
So it should be available sort of mid-October time, and you're looking at $699 for this lens, which I think is a fantastic price for this glass.